traits or, attributes in place. And these are not just present, but they need to exist in a very real and genuine way that is going to work off of your partner and with your partner as a complement. The MBTI personality type aids in understanding oneself and one's mate in creating this greater intimacy and harmony. Looking at their general description and the characteristics, they seek meaning and connection in ideas, relationships, and even material possessions. Everything they own has a purpose. They want to understand what motivates people, and they're very insightful about others. They're conscientious, and they're committed to firm values. They develop a clear vision about how to best serve the common good of all mankind. They're organized, and they're decisive, and they will implement their visions. So for the INFJ, other people are going to see them as really compassionate people who care for others, but they share their intuitive or internal intuitions only with people that they trust the most. And because they keep this very important part of them private, people may find them very difficult to get to know. And when they try to communicate how they know things, they're often express it metaphorically or with great complexity. They especially value authenticity and commitment in relationships. They're generally reserved, but they won't hesitate to really assert themselves when they're violated or they feel that their values are being violated. They're private, they're mysterious, they're intense, and they are individualistic. Nothing at face value, and this tendency really runs all the way out into their personal relationships. They are ceaseless, they are tireless, they are always analytical, and they thrive in partnerships and relationships where their own perceptions are always being challenged and worldviews are always being challenged and even rearranged. For an INFJ, a satisfying relationship is one that really offers some practical stability, but also some mental exploration and a lot of adventure. Their intellectual realm is natural. This is where they shine the most. And when you pair them up with a partner who really brings this out, they're going to thrive. When dating an INFJ, you need to understand them. You need to take it slowly because they are very slow to reveal their inner self, kind of like peeling back an onion. And it can be difficult to be around someone who seems to understand you so much, but you understand them so little. When they are, giving up very little, patience and appreciation for them and their passionate, enthusiastic nature is going to go a long way. Eventually, they're going to give up more. Almost as if you've cracked a shell and you've really exposed them. Get to know their creative and sensitive side and know that they are a compassionate soul that really is deep down inside there. You're going to find that they have high expectations of themselves and for you. And most of these expectations are pretty reasonable. So remember that you need to speak up. And especially if you feel that your partner is giving too many or too much pressure on you. And if you begin to feel overwhelmed, again, remember to gently remind them that you need to have your own space, your own opinions, and even thoughts sometimes. Generally, you need to, not take your partner's feelings about you lightly. If they're willing to stick around, then you should really know that they genuinely care about you. They're going to easily pick up on the moods of the people around them, and they're going to find ways to make everyone happy because harmony is very important to them. And this is going to be exhausting. So they're going to need to have some time to step back, be alone, and to recharge. And it may seem sometimes that they're a social butterfly, but remember that they actually are not divulging much of their feelings to others, although they are willing to be with others at times. Again, they need that personal space to be able to recharge. Too much spontaneity and impulsiveness is really going to be difficult for them, and you need to make sure that you give them that space to, again, recharge. They have great strengths. They are warm and affirming. This comes very naturally to them. They're dedicated to creating that ultimate relationship, and because of that, they're very sensitive and concerned for everyone's feelings. They have good communication skills and even written skills, both verbal and written. They take their commitments extremely seriously because they're looking for lifelong relationships. They're going to have very high expectations for themselves and for others. Again, this is going to be both a strength and a weakness. They're good listeners. And when a relationship is over and they're sure that it's over, they're going to quickly move on to something else. The weaknesses is that they tend to hold part of themselves back. Remember that onion analogy? They're not very good with money and practical things like practical day-to-day life necessities. They really dislike conflict and criticism. Harmony. Harmony is the foundation of their life. Again, those high expectations, both a strength and a weakness. And at times they're going to have some great difficulty even leaving a bad situation. With a lot of different people. They have deep concern for people and relationships. They live for insights and imagination with a great love of learning. They're especially concerned with harmony. And part of that harmony is creating a fellowship with other people and other personalities. They are caring, compassionate, and they are concerned, genuinely concerned with the growth of others. And although they are an idealist at heart, they value trust. Also, at times they may be seen as a little bit stubborn.